Our next guest is helping turn Welland into a hotbed of comedy rather than a target of comedy. Kreye is with the Rose City Comedy Collective. Kelly, I hear nothing but great things about your stand-up comedy classes. How did you come about starting to offer these?
Oh, well, thanks for saying that. And people started asking for them, and that's how I started doing it. I actually started the Rose City Comedy Collective for improv. I was here and some of my friends had a space and they said, well, on Friday nights, why don't we get together and do an improv jam? Yeah, great. People actually started showing up to it. I was like, oh, okay, awesome. And then we started to produce comedy shows, stand-up comedy shows. I love stand-up comedy. We did one at Doc McGilligan's that we had on Wednesday nights or Sundays. And then Black Sheep Coffee Roasters, we were doing one at Tailgates in Welland as well. And out of that, it just seemed like more and more people wanted some opportunity but didn't know where to start or how to start. And we offered a level 1 class and had 6 people sign up and we've had 45 graduates since.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And these are people who've had no background standing in front of an audience telling jokes.
Yeah, 0.
So how do you get them out of their shell into that space where, is it 6 weeks? 6-week
6
program?
weeks.
So after 6 weeks, what are some of the steps that you take to get them to that point where they're ready to take the stage? You don't have to reveal your secrets.
Well, there's a lot of wrestling. There's a lot of choking jokes out of them. But I think everyone has a natural gift of a sense of humor. So it's just giving them a space and particular exercises to draw that out of them. So every class we have people perform. You get up, you share ideas, and then we just start to structure after we plant some seeds of what ideas are the best. Then we cover specifically in level 1 premise, setup, punchline. And it's the foundation of every joke, and you can't get away from it. Any comedian that you see, whether they're long storytellers like Mike Birbiglia or if they're one-liners like Mitch Hedberg, they're going to have that structure.
Do you get them to write down their jokes? Is that an important part of this?
Yeah, it's a lot of work. A lot of people come out of it and they're just like, wow, that was a lot of work.
Well, it's hard to write in your voice, correct?
It
in
can
the way
be.
you would talk, I would think.
Yeah, it can be. For some people, they find a struggle in that, on the writing to performance side, and then other people, they don't struggle with it as much. So it's interesting teaching people comedy in that sense because everybody's different. So you try and have a class structure. And when I first started, I was really hands-off. I was like, we can just show me what you got.
Right.
And we can kind of go. But then we went, that's too loose because we were 5 weeks in and we had a show in a week and somebody's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
So, it's been an evolution. And like you're talking about our mutual friend Diane, she came in and she's just like, some people have it on a bucket list. Some people just want to try something new. Right. Some people are just looking, like they love stand-up comedy, so they want to give it a try. And Diane specifically, when she came in after the first class, she's like, I don't know if I'm coming back. And then she came back for the second class and did some writing, and she started to get a response. And you got to start to see her as a stand-up comic.
Right.
And she felt that. And that's something really like confidence building and connected and purposeful. And it's really inspiring to people. So when they feel inspired like that, what I find is that they get motivated and then they start to write more and then they get into it. And after week 5 and then they're presenting week 6, they're ready.
And this doesn't have to be for someone who, wants to be a star. This can be from somebody who just wants to learn a little bit more about themselves and what they are, I guess, capable of doing.
Yeah, absolutely. In a safe, low risk, but kind of high risk environment. But low stakes, maybe high risk, low stakes.
When's your next class? I guess the next session of classes.
We do a class every month. So the next one coming up will be next month, May. And we have a level 1 and a level 2 going on right now. And they do a show at the Black Sheep, a graduation show, 2 weeks from now, the 28th, Sunday the 28th, I think.
Okay, yeah.
And that'll be a lot of fun.
How can people sign up for the class? How do they contact you?
Oh yeah, you can find us online. We have a website, rosecitycomedycollective.com. And yeah, pop by the studio on a Friday night, and we have an open mic at 9 p.m. and you can get up and start there if you want.
Sounds great. Kelly, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, amazing. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.